Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Venom issue number 3. Let me just, da-na, 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 da-na. Yeah, the Jaws thing. Awesome. Oh, and it's funny that Universal is on the back because that's where the Jaws ride used to be, Universal Studios, Orlando. Yeah. Anyway, so this was a freaking awesome comic book, dude. This was amazing. This was so sick. First appearance in here, guys. That's kind of important. First appearance of the god of the symbiotes. Also, if you saw that preview page where it says we're killing Spider-Man and Venom is standing over top of Miles Morales, yeah, how he got to there is pretty cool. I wasn't sure if you remember in the previous issue, I was talking about how I can't tell if Miles Morales is planning on attacking Venom or he's just showing up behind him like, surprise, I'm here to help, bud. I couldn't tell. Well, it turns out he was attacking him, and the reason for it is actually really scary. It's really scary. Like, as soon as he said it, I'm like, oh my god, no. Yeah, I swear that's what I said. Something in that vein. So Venom and Spidey get to fight, and it's a pretty cool fight. It's a pretty cool fight. The dragon though, the giant symbiote, absolutely insane, drawn so well. Look, Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman know far better than I do. The only thing I wish I could have seen was some automatopoeias. All right, some sound effects like rumble, shake, crash. There was one little like Godzilla sound, like the reork. That thing, except it just kind of went reek, and I'm like, reek. Wasn't that a bad guy on some like my name's Reek, or I don't know. Anyway, there was there was one shriek that the dragon made before all of a sudden it turned into the god of the symbiotes, but really more of an avatar thereof. Anyway, wow, this was awesome, and it really did remind me of Cloverfield. And I'm talking about the original Cloverfield. And if you didn't like the original Cloverfield, shame on you. No, not really. But yeah, a little bit. I loved the original Cloverfield. I saw it in the movie theater several times. You know what I'm saying? I loved it. Fortunately, I didn't get sick with the shaky cam. I know a lot of people did. Really sorry. I actually went with somebody one time who did get sick. And like, wow, dude, I feel so bad for you. But is what it is. Anyway, I still watched the movie. Whatever. I went and checked up on her later. She was just fine. Perfectly fine. I paid for a ticket, so who cares? The point is, I stayed to watch the whole movie because I loved it. And that's kind of the vibe that I got off of this. And it was almost perfect. Like I said, if there would have been little like rumble and shake and crash and boom and a few more screeches and things like that, I think it would have been cooler. The trick is that I saw the way that the panels were laid out and the pictures were designed, and I think to myself, where would I put them? How big would I make them? How large or how small? What size would I make the onomatopoeias? What would I actually make them say? Would they be silly if I actually saw them afterwards? And I have to assume, seriously, with a comic book this good, I have to assume that both of these artists, Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman, I have to assume that they did try to insert these sound effects and things like that. So it did feel kind of empty, but I don't know. I assume that they did try to do it. It just didn't work out. And they just said, let's just leave them out instead and leave it to everybody's imagination. Seriously, that's the worst thing I could say to complain about this comic book because it was just so amazing. There's a true, genuine horror feeling in this. This reminds me of reading those old, really good Vampire of the Masquerade novels back in the day. Wow, this is good. This is so good. I'm telling you, man, I've never seen Venom drawn like this. I've never seen him written like this. And that's kind of important. That's kind of key because Venom has always been supposed to have been. There's my English. Venom is always supposed to have been the horror version of Spider-Man, right? But it was 90s horror. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, this is kind of pushing the envelope for the 90s. But today, where you can get away with a whole lot more. This is sick. It's not Hitchcock. It's not Friday the 13th and, horror slasher, hack and slash stuff. It's more like Cloverfield. I don't know what else to say, where you don't know what's going to happen next. What is that big beast? He's in the fires in the background. It's crazy. Symbiotes aren't supposed to, have to deal with fires. What is this thing? What happened to the guy who was just talking to them? What really happened in the past? There's a mystery here, and it's crazy. It's a little bit like The Hills Have Eyes, but with a giant symbiote dragon and a god of all symbiotes. I'm just saying, this was awesome. Guys, I'm going to let this one go like that. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.